as we're waiting for our friends to join us, let's make sure we have all of the props that we need for our practice today. So your folded blanket or a cushion to sit on underneath your seat, perhaps a low footstool, a chair, blocks for balance or lifting the earth up towards you. Our practice today is the Sahasrara practice. So we're working with the crown chakra today. And so what I invite you to do with your practice today is to bring in a quality of balance, harmony, reflection, meditation. So we will have some balances. What I'd like you to do is kind of really drop down into yourself today. Be present in your practice. Have body awareness. So that connection between the mind and the body. Luxuriate in that relationship. Enjoy that relationship that you have between the mind and the body. And when that connection is strong and resilient, then the relationship to the spirit, the soul, is nourished and strengthened. Just going to make sure I can see you all. Let's ground down into our sit bones. Coming into your Sukhasana, your steady, stable seat. And for our mudra today, let's come into Akash Mudra to start with connecting with the element of space. So bring the thumb and the middle finger to touch, like so. And then place your palms face up on your knees. And begin to close your eyes or take an inward gaze. Coming into this place of stillness, of quiet reflection. And begin to tune into your physical self, your body. Connect with how you are feeling in your physical self. Are you experiencing any tension, sores, aches, pains? And drop down into that space for a moment, and with your breath, guide your breath to and fro from that place. With each in-breath, nourish, hydrate. With each out-breath, soften, release. So let's start by becoming aware of our toes. The soles of your feet, the tops of your feet, the ankles, the lower legs, knees, upper legs, your sit bones, your hips and pelvis, the abdomen, the rib cage, the length of the spine, your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, the palms of your hand, fingers, the whole of your body. Now rise up to the crown of your head, the eyebrow center, the brow, the cheeks, the ears, the nose, the chin, the jaw, the whole of your head. And as you scan through your body and your head, notice and pause at those places which are seeking your awareness, seeking your attention, seeking your love. And use your breath to offer compassion, love, gratitude, appreciation for that part of your body. Whenever we want our children to rise and fulfill their potential, we do it through love. We inspire them. We build their confidence, their self-esteem. We believe in them. And in the same way for our bodies, we believe in our body's capabilities. We believe in our body's ability to express all that we want it to express, to do all that we want it to do. And now in your mind's eye, visualize a light, perhaps a bright white light, or another color of your choosing, perhaps that spectrum of the rainbow. The spectrum of colors in the rainbow, the spectrum of colors associated with each of our chakras, whichever one comes to mind. And then place that light at the crown. Allow that light to emanate, exude. And with your in-breath, visualize that light expanding and traveling, reaching up to the sky above. And with each out-breath, visualize that light traveling down the length of your spine towards the earth. As you inhale, allow that light to rise from the root, the tail, to travel the full length of your spine, reaching up. And as you exhale, reaching down, this up and down flow of the light with your breath. The uplifting, spiritual yearning, the downward, grounding, rooting self. This harmony between your physical self and your spiritual self. Three more breaths, traveling the length of your spine, traveling through each chakra towards the crown and then down towards the root. And then let's bring our palms together at our heart center, pressing together, opening our practice by chanting Om 3 times together. And for each of the Oms, attach a meaning, a significance. Perhaps one for your body, one for your mind, and one for your spirit. Inhale fully. Exhale completely through open mouth to discharge the breath. Inhale to prepare. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Hands to your eyebrow center, your Agnya chakra. Namaste. And welcome everybody to our Sahasrara practice, the crown practice. So as we move through, I will talk to you about the different qualities that connect to this crown chakra. So normally in our practice, we use our physical practice to activate, stimulate, engage with the qualities of each chakra. With the crown chakra, this is the state of being. So although we're having a physical practice, the practice is simply honoring and recognizing the state of being that we are already in, or that we are reaching through our other chakras. So when you visualize at your crown, the 1,000-petaled lotus, which is represented by the Sahasrara Chakra. I visualize this lotus opening and closing. And perhaps focus your awareness to this sense of enlightenment, of transcending the physical, of reaching blissful conscious awareness, and a sort of awakening, an unfolding, this reaching for the divine, or this union with the divine. So we reach for the divine, and then through our practice we reach it. That divine can be within you, the divine in nature, or the divine in a heavenly, godlike figure. Whatever your faith, your practice, religious practice is, whether you have a practice or not, that divine, we all have a sense of awe and wonder at the divine, however we describe that. So let's start by grounding down through our sit bones. I invite you to open out your palms. Let's turn the fingers so the palms face up. Really create some sense of opening across your heart space here. As you inhale, let's reach up above our crown. Bring your palms together in Namaskar, and then leave your thumbs and index, little fingers connected, and open up the middle fingers to create this lotus, Padma Mudra, above your crown. Exhaling, float that lotus down, palms come together. And when you get to your heart space, reach forward. And today I'm going to introduce a new mudra called Nirvana Mudra, the enlightened mudra. So let's cross at the wrists, and it doesn't matter which way you cross at the wrists. Just remember, next time you're going to do it the other way. And then turn your palms so that they come together. So your palms are together here. Look, I can show you sideways. It's going to feel strange at your shoulders. Now let's draw your fingertips down towards the earth, and then bring your fingertips towards your heart center. And as you do that, your hands will come together here. So your palms are cupped. There's a great big sort of cupping in the palms. Your fingertips are together. Your thumbs are resting against your index finger. This is Nirvana Mudra. And this is the mudra for liberation, for freedom. It's going to feel really strange here in your shoulders because you're turning your shoulders in here. And then gaze down towards your fingertips. Let's just take a moment here. Really open and lengthen across the back of your neck here. Your chin is tucked. You're gazing down towards the earth. Now, if you missed how we did that, I'm going to just talk you through. If you're already here, hold where it is. So we were here with our palms together. Arms extended forward. We cross at the wrist. Then we turn our palms towards each other so they come together. And then we bring our fingertips down towards the earth and rotate them in towards our heart. And then what we'll find is our fingertips are still connected, but our palms are now cupped. And you can see how it rounds through my shoulders. So once I'm here, I'm going to straighten and lengthen through my spine, tuck my chin and gaze down. Those fingertips are near my heart space. One more breath here. Inhale, let's release your hands, open out to the side. Spiral your little finger up, open your palms to the sky. Inhale, reach above your crown, palms come together in Namaskar. Open into Padma, your lotus flower here. So thumb and little fingers connected, middle fingers open. Exhaling, bring your palms together down towards your heart space. Reach out in front of you. Now let's cross our wrists the other direction. Then turn your palms towards each other so they come together. Fingertips down and then in towards you as if you're threading through, and your fingers are connected, your thumbs are resting against your index. And then straighten through your spine here, tuck your chin, gaze down. So now you should have a sensation across the other shoulder. Nirvana Mudra, Liberation Mudra. This mudra helps us to find balance. And through balance, we can have a sense of being in a place of equanimity. One more breath here. And I invite you to drop into your heart space. Connect with your intention for your practice. Perhaps I am guided by my inner wisdom and towards a higher expression. Perhaps divinity resides within. Perhaps I'm open to inspiration and new ideas. Inhale, open out your palms, spiral those little fingers up just for a moment. And then let's reach up, palms together, open into your lotus. One breath here, maintain an open lotus petal now as you come back down towards your heart. Take a moment here, then let's come down onto the earth with our hands on all fours just for a moment here. We're going to come into cat-cow and some hip circles, and then we'll sit back down and excuse me while I sort my top out. Inhaling, lift your tailbone, shine your heart, lift your crown. Visualize the light above your crown or a lotus flower, 1,000-petal lotus flower. It's not literally 1,000 petals. It's simply to represent infinity, countless, without number. Exhaling, rounding from your tailbone, tuck your chin. Open through the back of your shoulders. And perhaps you use your breath to travel along the length of your spine, through each chakra, and then reaching out, illuminating beyond your crown. Moving like this twice more. Madhyasan and Vityasan. And then let's lift our left knee. Bring it in towards our heart space and round through our spine. Just for a moment here. And then let's reach back with our toes up towards the sky. Inhaling to reach up. Exhaling to round through your spine and bring that knee in towards your heart, your eyebrow center. Inhaling to lift your toes. One more time. Exhaling to bring that knee in. Inhaling to lift your toes, lifting your crown here as you do that. And then let's stay here for a moment. We're going to begin to circle with our knee. So these are hip circles. So sometimes it helps to start by moving the knee in circles and then allowing that movement to travel along the upper leg to come into our hip. So go one way first. And then let's go in the reverse direction. So hip circles here. And then let's bring that knee onto the earth. Take a moment here, because you'll have been here for a while. Come back onto your sit bones. Walk your hands behind your back. Place your fingertips on the earth. Cup your palms here. Open across your heart space. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your chin. Lift your gaze up towards the sky. Open across your heart. A gentle back bend here. And if your knees feel uncomfortable, you can place a folded blanket at the back of your knees, or you can place a blanket underneath your knees, between your knees and the earth. One breath more. And then let's walk our hands back to the top of our mat, underneath our shoulders, and let's move into our knee here. So inhale, and then as you exhale, round through your spine, bringing your right knee in towards your heart space. Inhale to lift your toes to the sky. Engage your navel as you do this. So draw your navel up towards the spine. Moving with your breath. And again, perhaps you visualize light traveling from one end of your body to the other. So here the light might start at your big toe and travel along the length of your leg, your spine, reaching out through your crown. When you have got to the third one here, we're going to begin to circle our knee. So go one way, then the other. Turn so you can see me. So a couple more on this side before we reverse. And then when you're ready, reverse the motion. Imagine that you're drawing a circle with your knee. That will help transfer the movement into your hip. And then when you're ready, let's come back towards our sit bones, towards our heels. Here we're going to move directly into rabbit pose, Shashangasana. Now options are going to have your toes untucked and then bring your crown towards the earth. So gently rest on the earth. And then your hands can reach back towards your heels. There's no weight here in your neck or head. The weight is sort of shifted back here behind in your hips and pelvis. So your crown is lightly brushing the earth here. You also have the option of tucking your toes. And this gives you a little bit more space to round through your spine and bring your crown towards the earth. And if your crown is lifted from the earth, that's fine. The intention of your spiritual body, your subtle body, is what we're working with rather than what your physical body is doing. We're honoring that connection between the physical and the spiritual. One more breath here in your variation of Shashangasana. And then let's begin to rise up with our crown, followed by our gaze, followed by our heart space. Take a moment here. We're going to come into mountain. So find your mountain, your Parvatasana, tucking your toes, spread your fingers wide, index pointing forward, press into your finger pads, press into the knuckles of your palm. Inhale, lift your knees, hover for a moment here. And as you exhale, reach back with your tailbone. Turn the elbows of your eyes, elbows. Did I say elbows of your eyes? What I actually meant was eyes of your elbows. It's a good job we've been practicing together for a while. Tailbone reaching up. You might want to create a little bit of movement and flow here by bringing alternate heels to the earth, rotating through your hip, swaying through your hip. Just pull down my t-shirt so that I'm not showing you my tummy too much. And then to stillness. From here, we're going to cross our left arm underneath our body and reach back towards our right leg. So your left hand may connect with your leg, could be just around by your knee, could be your calf, could be your right ankle. Shift the weight into your right hand and then begin to reach with your left hand underneath your body. And you take hold of whichever part of your leg you can reach comfortably. Look underneath your right armpit. One more breath here. The crown is reaching down towards the earth. The tailbone is reaching up towards the sky. Turn your head back to center. Release your left hand and bring it back to the earth. And then when you're ready, you might hear, as you can see, sway from left to right, just to release the tension in your right arm. Coming back to this neutral place. And now shift the weight into your left hand and arm. Reach down through your feet and then reach across your body with your right hand taking hold of anywhere along your left leg or left ankle and look underneath your left armpit. Take full breaths here. The mantra, Vedic mantra for Sahasrara is Om Satyam, Om Satyam. So you can inhale Om, exhale Satyam. I understand. I am whole. I am one with truth. Release your right hand back towards the earth and let's take a long, slow walk to the top of our mat, coming into a forward fold here. Allow your neck and shoulders and head to soften and hang heavily here, being drawn down towards the earth. You can have a soft bend in your knees. And for today, I invite you to place your hands either on the back of your calves or take hold of opposite elbows so that you are enveloping your legs. So you can have a more of a relief, an opening by just placing your hands on the back of your legs, or you take hold of opposite elbows. Tailbone reaching up, crown reaching down. Visualize this connection between your crown and the earth here. This lotus petal, 1,000 petals, are slightly curled in, and they're said to be nectar, ambrosia, dripping and nourishing our physical bodies, our energetic bodies, this sweet nectar of bliss. So you can imagine perhaps a sunflower just before it rises to meet the sun. Let's release your elbows or hands from the back of your legs. Begin to unfurl your spine now here. Imagine that you are a flower unfurling to rise up towards the sun, towards the sky. And then coming into your Tadasana, your standing mountain. And here you can have your feet hip distance wide or big toes touching. Let's take a moment here in our standing mountain. We're going to move into tree pose, Vrikshasana, before we come into our Surya Namaskar practice. So if you want to find something on the horizon that you can focus on, your drishti, gaze ahead to the horizon, lift your crown up towards the sky. Really root through your feet, so remember bending into your knees, lifting your toes and placing them on the earth one by one helps us to ground. And then let's zip up along the midline to rise, crown reaches up. Take a moment here. Then shift your weight into your left leg and begin to peel your right foot off the earth here. So the right heel comes up. You can place the right heel on your left ankle. This is option 1. Your hands can be on your hips, or you can have them in Namaskar at your heart. Yogi's choice. This is option 1. Option 2 is to place the sole of your foot on the lower leg. So you can have your right foot on the lower left leg. And option 3 is with helping hand, you can bring the sole of that foot to the inner thigh. And then press the left upper thigh against the sole of your right foot so that you're creating some tension there. Again, hands can be on your hips or at your heart center. Let's open up our palms into Padma, the lotus. So little fingers and thumbs stay connected, the middle 3 fingers open. You create a cup here, a chalice. And you know where we're going now, whichever variation you are with your legs. Begin to lift your lotus up towards the crown. You can have your elbows bent, so there's a bend there, or you can extend through your arms. And I know you can't see that. Keep gazing at that point on the horizon. Om Satyam. I understand. I am whole. I am at one with the divine. The divine resides within me. It resides within others. One more breath here. Then bring your lotus flower hands into your namaskar. So Padma closes down to your heart center. Release your hands. And let's release your foot. Shake out that leg. Let's go the other way. So again, recenter, reground, reconnect. Shift the weight into your right foot. Bring the heel of that left foot onto your right ankle, option 1. Option 2, your lower leg, and option 3, your upper leg. Find the variation that you wish to be in today. And again, bring your hands into your Padma, your lotus flower. As you inhale, you can rise, lift that flower up towards your crown. Extend your arms fully. Yogi's choice. And if you can remember how to do that lotus prayer, you can do your lotus prayer back to your heart. And let's release our leg, shake it out, come to the top of your mat if you're not there already. You're going to move into Surya Namaskar with variation. Inhale, reach your hands above your crown. Exhale, hands come down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on shins or thighs. Or you can have fingertips on the earth. Your crown is reaching forward here. Exhale to fold. Step back long with your right foot. Take a moment here. And then inhale, rise up into high lunge. Again, bring your prayer hands at your heart here. Let's take a moment. And here we're going to come into our Nirvana Mudra. So I'll guide you through. Hands in prayer at the heart. Reach forward with your arms. Palms are together. Then cross at your wrist, whichever way you want, and then you do the opposite. Bring the palms together. Bend your elbows so your fingertips point down and in towards your heart, coming into your Nirvana Mudra, your liberation mudra here. So your fingertips are together, the thumbs are resting on the respective index fingers, and you have sort of like, it looks like an upside down heart when you look down actually. And there's a gap between your palms, they're cupped. Take a moment here, sink lower. Perhaps you lift your gaze now up towards the sky. One breath here. Releasing your murta. Let's bring our lotus to our crown. Open out. Lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back along with your left leg to meet your right. Here you can come to the earth with your knees, or you can stay in Phalakasana, plank pose. Draw your navel up towards your spine. Take a moment here. Exhaling. Everybody bring your knees, untuck your toes, bend into your elbows, heart and chin on the earth. Ashtangasana here. Slide your knees away, bring your abdomen to the earth. We're moving straight into a crocodile pose, Makrasana. So take your elbows out as wide as your mat, hands on top of each other. Bring your eyebrow center to rest here. So this is crocodile pose or Makrasana. Take a moment here. Inhaling, lift your gaze. Hands come to either side of your shoulders and then lift up into Bhujangasana, Cobra. Pressing into your hands, rise through table into mountain. Full breath here. Bend into your right knee and step your right foot to the top of the mat. Coming into your low lunge here. Drop the sole of your left foot onto the earth. And then inhale to rise into warrior one. And again, you can bring your middle finger and thumb to touch in your Akash Mudra here. Bend into your right knee. Reach out for the outer edge of your left foot. We're here for a moment. Bring your hands in Namaskar above your crown. Open into your Padma, lotus. And then you can cartwheel your hands into your lotus at your heart. Open out to warrior two. And again, you can bring your thumb and middle to touch in Akash Mudra, the element of space associated with the heavens. One breath here. Before we move from here, I'm going to warn you we're coming into a one-legged balance. You might want your footstool or chair fairly close by now. So let's cartwheel that left arm over and bring the hands to the earth or onto blocks or onto your footstool here. Then rotate onto the ball of your left leg. And then gently hop that left leg forward and lift that left leg up high. Your crown is reaching down and your left leg is reaching up and behind you. Now it might be fairly close to the earth, might be parallel to the earth, might be reaching up, and if you're particularly flexible, your toes might be vertically pointing up towards the sky. So standing splits. If you want to challenge your balance, you can take your right hand to the back of your right leg. Perhaps you bring the other hand to the back of your right leg. One more breath here. So remember, your hands can be connected with the earth with blocks or your stool. Your left toes might be high up behind you. Your crown is reaching down. Then let's bend into that left knee and bring the left foot to the front of the mat next to the right foot. And then inhale, bending into your knees. Let's rise up. Standing mountain, Tadasana. Take a breath here. You're like, Callie, we did not see that coming. You should have warned us. So now you know it's coming on the other side. Coming into your standing mountain. Reconnect. Hands at your heart in Namaskar. Take a moment. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands down towards the earth in your forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on thighs, shins or the earth. Crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Exhale, fold. Let's step back long with our left leg. Here you are in your low lunge here. Take a moment. And then inhale to rise up. Let's have your hands at your heart for a moment here. Gaze ahead, parallel to the horizon, in harmony. And connect with this union between your breath, your body, Reach forward with your arms, palms together. Let's cross wrists. So see if you can go the other way. So I know that I'm right-handed. So I would have gone with my right wrist over my left last time. So this time I'm going to swap over to my left. Turn your palms so they come together. And then begin to draw your fingertips down and in towards you, coming into your Nirvana Mudra at your heart. Fingertips are connected, thumbs are resting against the index. And then relax your shoulders. Lift your gaze up towards the sky. Keep pushing out through that left heel behind you, bending into your right knee. When you're ready, let's release your hands and bring them into Namaskar above our crown, opening to lotus. Om Satyam. Om Satyam. I am whole. I am in harmony between body, mind, and spirit. One more breath here, and then let's float our hands down towards the earth. Step back long with your right leg. Come into your plank. The knees on or off the earth. Engage your core. One breath here. Your crown is reaching forward. Your tailbone. Your heels are reaching back. Neutral spine here. Exhale, knees. Untuck your toes. Chest and chin to the earth in Ashtangasana. And release your abdomen to the earth. Immediately bring your hands underneath your eyebrow center, elbows out to the side. Makrasana, crocodile pose. You might notice that I'm connecting with my Ujjayi breath, victory breath, this ocean sounding breath. Slightly constricting the back of your throat as you breathe in and out through your nose. So you're creating a funnel for the breath. Inhale, lift your head, bring your hands to either side of your shoulders. Inhale to rise into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Moving through table into mountain. And take a moment here. Align physically. Reconnect with your body. Perhaps pressing through the fingertips, the finger pads, the knuckles. So really finding all the points of your body that are connected with the earth. And then parts of your body that are reaching up towards the sky. Your tailbone. Turn the elbows of your eyes. I know if eyes are the elbows, to the front of the room. One breath here. Let's bend into your left knee and step forward with your left foot to come into your low lunge here. And then when you're ready, let's drop the right heel to the earth. And then inhale to rise up into warrior one. Arms reach up, bring your thumb and index to touch in Akash Mudra. Create some space here. Don't worry about turning around. I'm doing that so that you can see me. One breath here. And then let's bring your hands in lotus towards the heart. So you can do your lotus prayer wheel. And if you can't remember how to do that, I think we did that when we were doing our Sahasrara Chakra practice. So go back to your Sahasrara practice. Open up your arms parallel to the earth. Mahavira. And we're going to move into that balance fairly soon. So let's cartwheel our right arm up and over, bringing our right fingertips to the earth. Come onto the ball of your right foot. And if you need blocks, reach for your blocks. So here I've got my blocks this time on this side. And then I'm going to hop my right foot forward slightly and then lift my right toes up towards the sky. And as I do that, my crown comes down towards the earth. You can point your toes here. So this is not a matter of how far your legs can split, because we're all in different places. What we're working on is our balance here and reaching down towards the earth with our crown. Perhaps you take your hands and wrap them around the back of your left leg so that you're balancing. Or maybe you just try with one hand. One more breath here. And then let's bend into our right knee, step forward with our right foot, forward fold, and then bend into your knees to rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. In prayer, take a breath here. We're going to come to the earth. So I invite you to come to the middle of your mat. We're going to come to the earth through Malasana, the yogi squat. So if this is not one of your favorites, get your footstool or your block so that when you come down, you can sit directly on your chair, your footstool, your blocks. I'm going to get my footstool so you can feel as if you're in my company with me. Let's take your feet wide, turn your toes. Hands can be in lotus or prayer at your heart. Having them in prayer will give you a little bit of resistance that will help you to lower to the earth. Bend into your knees and then come into your yogi squat. So you might rise, come all the way down to your footstool or your chair, or you might be on the earth here. If you bring your elbows to the inside of your knees, that will give you a little bit more space. Check what's happening with your shoulders, your spine while you're here. Now, if you're on your stool, stay on your stool. I'm just coming off for demonstration purposes. So let's take a moment here. And I'm just going to ask you gently to rock from side to side. Take a moment here. And you might even lift off one heel and then the other heel off the earth here. Keep reaching up with your crown. So here, visualize the light traveling through all of your chakras. So here we're directly connecting with the root chakra, the Muladhara, and the crown. So visualize the light connecting and passing through you as if you were a vessel for this light. The earth and heaven connected, the place where heaven and earth meet within you. Take a moment here. And if you wish, you can bring your hands above your crown in Namaskar. Give an open into your lotus here. So the lotus flower has its roots in the mud, and its beautiful leaves reach up through the mud to reach the sun. So here we're a lotus flower rooted in the mud of the earth, reaching up towards the light. One more breath, release your hands, come directly onto the earth with your sit bones. Extend your legs long. Maybe you might want to windshield wiper your knees and ankles, feet one way then the other way. Might release the tension in your hips. Come into your Dandasana, your staff pose, your stick pose. So flex your feet, toes pointing up, lengthen through your spine, crown reaching up. You can place your hands on the earth for some support and connection. Gaze to the horizon. Maintain engagement here. Draw that navel in towards your spine. Coming into Paschimottanasana, forward fold, forward bend. So if you want to invite a soft bend in your knees, do that. Or keep your hamstrings much safer, especially if you're a rower and you know who I'm talking to. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to hinge as far forward as you can go, and then reach down towards the earth. So your hands might take hold of your legs, rest on the earth, your ankles, the feet, the toes. Reaching forward with your crown, so have the sense that the crown is reaching towards the toes. The sense that your heart is melting towards your thighs. Fold it up like the lotus here before it opens. Three more breaths here. Om Satyam. Om Satyam. Om Satyam. Lift your gaze towards your toes and then walk your hands back towards yourself, unfurling your spine one vertebrae at a time to come up. Take a moment here. We're going to come down to the earth. So bend into your knees. Engage your core. Lower to the earth. And then when your head is on the earth, we're going to move into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasan. So let's bring your heels up towards your sit bones. Take a moment here. In fact, before we move into bridge pose, let's do Gomukhasana, Sutta Gomukhasana, because my back tells me that's what I need. So if my back is telling me that's what I need, I'm going to be tuned into my body and listen. So bring your knees in towards you. Let's cross our legs. So let's cross our right over our left, as if we're sitting at a table. And then take hold of your legs, wherever your hands reach. So we're taking hold of opposite legs here with the hand. So I've got my left hand on my right shin, my left hand on my, however it goes, left and right, opposite legs. And then gently draw your knees in towards you and then gently part those lower legs so that you can, as if you're hugging yourself here. That feels beautiful for my lower back. Might not feel so great for you. If it doesn't feel so great for you, ease away. And then maybe you come into Pavamuktasana, so just have your knees alongside each other rather than crossed. One more breath here. And let's cross the other way. You can go slowly or you can swing your leg and do it with some style and flair. So now left knees on top of right, as if you're sitting down, and then you're bringing your lower legs in towards you, almost as if like you're separating out scissors, and you're hugging your knees in as well. This is Supta Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So if you practice yin, you'll know this is called shoelacing yin. One more breath. And then let's release our legs, feet to the earth, coming into our bridge pose now. So bend into your elbows. Press your upper arms into the earth. Create a little platform with your forearms and hands. Press into your feet. Engage your core by drawing your navel down towards your spine. Inhale. Let's tip the pelvic bowl and begin to peel our lower back, our hips and lower back off the earth. And really hug in your arms to the sides of your body. So your arms are working as a sort of a scaffold here. If you feel really comfortable here, you can stay here and then you can interlace your hands in a yoga mudra underneath your hips, your mushti mudra. And then maybe you shuffle your shoulders underneath you slightly, draw your shoulder blades together, reach with your mudra towards your feet, lift your hips and pelvis. Keep gazing up towards the sky. Your chin is tucked in towards your throat. One more breath here. And then release your mudra. Exhale, slowly lowering. So starting at the upper back, middle back. And then your hips and pelvis and lower back come to the earth. Release your arms alongside you. Let's stay here for a moment to reintegrate. Then if you want, you can windshield wiper your knees one way and the other. If you wish to come into this Pavanmuktasan where you're hugging your knees towards your heart, do that. Whatever you feel that your body, this awareness that we've been bringing to our physical self, so that when we bring awareness to our physical self, we connect with our spiritual self. Bring body, mind, spirit into harmony. And we're going to move into our Shavasana here. So extend your legs long. Allow your feet to relax and fall out. Maybe you shuffle your shoulders down slightly, tuck in your chin, closing your eyes. And soften here. Let's scan our body for how it's feeling now after our practice. Pause at the places where you feel sensation. Any kind of sensation, it need not be negative, it could be a positive feeling or a positive sense. And then breathe into that part of your body, showing gratitude and appreciation. In your mind's eye, take your awareness to your toes, the soles of your feet, the tops of your feet, the ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs, hips and pelvis, the lower back, the abdomen, the upper back, your rib cage, your chest, shoulders, fronts of your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders, the collarbone, the length of your arm, your upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, palms of your hands, back of your hands, your fingers and thumbs. Soften through your whole body, whole body, whole body. Now take your awareness to your head, the crown of your head. Here you're resting in Shavasana. Begin to deepen and lengthen your breath. As you inhale, draw the breath from the crown of your head, traveling down the length of your spine, reaching down your legs out through the soles of your feet. Perhaps this breath has a light. Inhaling from your crown to your root. Exhaling from your root to the crown. Travel the length of your spine with your breath. One more breath here. And then begin to curl and uncurl your fingers and toes. And as you inhale, stretch out through your arms and legs. As you exhale through open mouth, hug in your legs. Give yourself a hug. And then reach overhead with one arm, rolling onto the side, resting there in Sleeping Krishna for a moment. And then when you're ready, with helping hands, rise into your Sukhasana, your comfortable seat. Bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center. Rub your palms together to create some warmth, some fire, some light. And then bring your palms over to your eyes. Open your eyelids to gaze into the warmth of your palms. And then gently draw your hands down your face, allowing the light to enter. Hands to your heart, closing our practice by chanting Om Satyam 3 times and then Om Shanti. If you wish, you can come into your Akash Mudra or keep your hands at your heart center. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale to prepare. Om Satyam. Om Satyam. Om Satyam. Om Shanti. 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 Hands to your eyebrow center. Wisdom to all. Hands to your crown. Light to all. Hands to your heart. Love to all. Dhanyavad. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel if you're watching this on catch up. And